Hello, everyone, and welcome to our weekly one-on-one with head coach Doug Pederson. I'm Eagles insider Dave Spadaro. Our conversation presented by Wawa, and we are still basking for a moment here in the glow of the win on Sunday night. I know we're all looking ahead to the Houston Texans, but Doug, it was just such an impressive, as you said after the game, team performance for 60 minutes. That really was fun to watch.
Yeah, my hat's off to the guys in the locker room and the coaches coming off a really, really disappointing, hard-fought loss, at the Cowboys a week ago, and then really to kind of keep it together all week in practice and travel again to the West Coast and play like we did is again, like I said, my hat's off to coaches and players and for keeping that together, and just a great emotional win. I mean, in all three phases, and it was truly a team effort. Seemed like all three phases had a hand in it, and things are beginning to kind of come together for us here at the end of the year. With
everything that happened last week with Carson's injury and Nick starting at quarterback, how did you not have the team lose focus? What did you do to keep everybody kind of on the same page?
For me, it's about just staying in the moment and just let's continue to trust our process and trust the way we do things around here, and practice hard each day. You got to lean on your leaders a little bit more. Encourage them to lead the rest of the group, because we could still have some young players that are playing, particularly on defense, and I thought they did a great job leading the football team last week going into the Rams game.
Let's talk about Nick Foles. It looked like old times, new times with Nick. He moved well in the pocket, got rid of the football, took some shots down the field, really directed the offense, kept calm, cool, and collected.
That's Nick, and I think that's Nick as a backup, and now thrust into this game as a starter, and that's something that Nick, veteran player, he's seen a ton of games. He knows how to manage the offense. He's one of those guys that's just gonna be efficient and as a backup should, and I can sort of live vicariously through Nick a little bit at being a backup. But again, it's not about the one guy. The team around him, the offensive line, the runners, the receivers. Alshon had a heck of a game, and then defensively, can't say enough about those guys. So really, truly a collective effort, but it's exciting.
So you emphasized the word backup in talking about Nick right there. So, because we all know what the fans are saying. We all know what the media are saying. Tell me about the quarterback situation as you see it short-term and long-term here.
Well, going into this week, Nick will still be the starter. Carson is week to week, and he's also somebody that we're not going to place on IR, because we'll see what happens in the near future, and as if we're fortunate enough to see, and we know Carson's our starter, and with that going forward, it just kind of gives our quarterback room, at least for Nick, the mindset that he can prepare for another week, and that's what you want. You don't want any. I don't think you want any clouds around it. You don't want any indecision. I think we need to be up front and out in front of this, and it just helps everybody. And another week of practice, another week of preparation, another week of Nick and the guys working together, and again, we'll see what happens against a good football team in the Texans.
For Nick, what kind of mindset is needed to succeed in this very unusual, once again, situation?
I just think you just trust the guys around you, and you let the offense work. I think as a backup, you want to go in and do things that are a little uncharacteristic. And we know Nick, and Nick's not that way. He's very, very low-keyed, and his mind is always constantly working. He's gathering information from the defense, and if I call the same play again somewhere in the game, he's going to remember how the defensed it before, so the ball might go somewhere else, and that's just him. That's kind of what your backup quarterback can do. Now that he's starting, we gotta maintain that and get him prepared for another game.
How has Carson handled the news of the back injury and the way the picture looks right now at the quarterback position?
Well, obviously disappointed. It's unfortunate that this has happened now at this time of the year. We all felt like Carson was having a really good season and putting up some good numbers, and it's unfortunate, but he's continuing to heal, and he'll be there, to support Nick, and he is week to week, and so we'll see what happens in the near future.
Big win on Sunday against the Houston Texans, Doug. Jadeveon Clowney one side, J.J. Watt the other side. What do you see from that defense?
Just that. You see two guys that can wreck your party, a lot like Aaron Donald can for the Rams, and Sue can for the Rams. So again, our work's cut out for us. We got to have a great week of preparation. This is a good defense. This is a playoff team now. We know they're still fighting, notice, for home field and some different things too in the AFC. So, and we're fighting and we're battling and we're scratching and we got to maintain that one game mentality and hopefully we can get another victory.
What do you think of Deshaun Watson coming into the NFL? When you scouted him?
He was a talented player, very talented, very explosive. Somebody that I think in the right system could flourish, and he's done that now, even with Deshaun Watson at the quarterback.
Isn't it amazing, ups and downs of a year, and here you are with a real chance to make the playoffs?
It's crazy. It's crazy with the way our season started, with the amount of injuries. Then we thought we were getting some guys healthy. Of course, Carson comes back, Alshon comes back. And then it seems like a slew of defensive injuries kind of plagued us a little bit. But now we're still here at the end of the season with 2 to go and have a legitimate chance to secure one of the 6 spots. Obviously in the postseason. But we're not going to focus on that. We're going to focus on this week and get ready for the Texans.
Is the mark of a good coach somebody whose team plays for him hard every single week? And if you believe that's one of the marks of a good coach, that your team has played hard for you every single week?
I think it is a mark, and I think it's the fact that they do trust me. They trust that you listen to some of the comments after this game, and even with some of the aggressive nature that I have. I mean, these guys really support that, and they know that that's going to happen. So whether we're successful at it or not, hey, they're going to roll up their sleeves and then they're going to go out and play hard. And so it's a credit to them, obviously. And again, as a head football coach, I got to make sure too that I maintain that aggressiveness, and at the same time, be realistic and to show them exactly what's in front of us as a football team and what we're capable of doing. 3
wins in the last 4 weeks for the Philadelphia Eagles, surging at the right time. Will it be enough to get into the playoffs? We'll find out. Big one on Sunday against the Houston Texans. Doug Pederson, Dave Spadaro, thanks for joining us. A conversation presented by Wawa.